guys, how's it going? So previous video, which is actually in editing right now, it's not even up yet, and I got my ass kicked trying to adjust the door and the hood and all that stuff. So I decided to go back to the door while I was waiting for the video to get done, and yeah, it came off in about 3 seconds. So you know what, as often happens, you walk away from something, you come back and you think about it for a minute, and boom, she comes right off. So I tweaked the hinges and I'm ready to put the door on. I'm not going to show you all the battling I did because I already showed you a ton of that stuff. It's more of the same, and once I get it fitted in place, whatever, I'll show you what I ended up with. Like I said, I'll also for the hood, I'm going to back off the 2 bolts on the bottom of the rad support and see if I can't shift that front end over like just a touch, and everything should fit together nicely. And then we'll move on to the maybe the tailgate, or get this thing up in the air. Bad news, I can't use the hoist. This thing's too low to the ground. I don't have any lift points without crushing a running board or a fender or something. So it's going to have to be on jack stands and creeper, but I'm still going to get it up in the air, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm going to finish up working with that door and I'll show you what I ended up with. All right, persistence pays off, folks. There you go. Got a nice gap here. So I just have to put my latch in now. Sweet. It's good on front as well. Nothing's binding. Just had to take my time and get after it. And now it's there. So I'll put my latch in and can put the door back together, call it done. Amazing, you know. Spent 2 days messing around with this thing. In the previous video, got it taken care of in total of 40 minutes. Unreal. What a difference a day makes. Hey guys, it's the next day. The previous video I was 0-2, got my ass kicked. But last night, for this video, so far I'm 1-0. Got the door dialed in, it's good. So my next one is the hood. Just to try and even out the gap a little bit better. It's not bad, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. So my plan is to jack it up, loosen off the bolts on the rad support, and see if I can shift the whole front clip over just a touch towards the driver's side. And I need like a 1/16, maybe a 1/16 plus a little curly hair, if you know what I mean. So yeah, get it up in the air, see if we can scooch it over just a little bit, and that should give me what I need, and hopefully make it 2-0. So I'll set up the camera, we'll get underneath this thing and get her up in the air. Alright, so I was going to jack it up, but I don't have to. It's pretty easy to get at. In fact, I've already loosened them off. The only other thing that's going to hold me up is this guy right here. It's attached through the bumper, the running board brackets, and it's also screwed into the bottom grill bar. So I've got to take those screws out so that it can move independent of that. This is all attached to the frame, so it's the only thing left, tying it together, and then hopefully I can move it over. So I'll get these screws out. Alright, so theoretically, I should be able to get a bar in there or something and be able to shift the whole thing over this way, just a little bit. So I'm going to get a bar. I'm going to have to open up the hood and see if we can't move this sucker over. Hey, see if we can move this thing. Oh. Okay. Don't think I got anything there. Nope. Well, maybe a little bit. Okay, try something else. Okay, so I was able to pick up a little bit of gap here and take away from gap over there. She's pretty close. Might be off a touch, but I mean, there's not much I can really do about it. You know, I don't even know how accurate or how good this hood is. This is actually one of the few original parts to the truck. And, you know, it looked like it got run over by an Abrams tank. So, you know, who knows if it's even the same shape as it's supposed to be. I don't know. But it looks good. I'm fine with it. I did have to shim one corner out over there on the hinge. But other than that, I picked up very little moving it underneath. But everything's all tightened up now. And I did find another leak, and I took care of that. So, hey, come on in. All right, where was I? That was my daughter. She's heading back to school. She was home for a week and heading back down south. So I had to say goodbye, of course. And yeah, she's gone for another couple months. Anyway, where was I? Yes, gap. Okay. So yeah, there was a transmission line leak underneath. The clamp was actually stripped and wasn't grabbing. So I swapped out the clamp, tightened it up. And yeah, I mean, I think it looks good. So there you go. So I guess it's off to the tailgate next. I'll show you what I got for these. Well, yeah. I should get my door panel back on too. Anyway, so these are spring loaded. They're stainless steel. And yeah, we'll put them on somewhere, something like so. But it'll be a lot closer to the edge. And the barrel will go inside the stake pocket. But I need some kind of a like a strike plate, because every time you open the tailgate, the end of this will drag on the paint. So this is a piece of aluminum, same aluminum I use for the center strip in the bed of the truck, and we'll just put it in like so. I'll bring it up to here, that way I can get 4 screws into it, all inside the hinge pocket. I'll just round the corners off a little bit. I'll make one on each side, and we'll drill our holes and mount the barrel bolt. So I'm going to keep it up high because I got this bend here, so that way I don't have to bolt right through. I can just use tapping screws. I mean, let's face it, this gate is probably going to open 3 times in its lifetime. I mean, I figured he'd have to, or he'd want to open it to fill up with gas, but it's actually easier to do it with the gate up instead of standing way back. And it's not a big reach. I mean, I'm not even bending and I'm touching it. So yeah, there's no real reason to lower the gate, really. You're not loading this thing full of cow shit or anything like that. So you know, maybe a couple of lawn chairs and a cooler sometime. And even then, do you really need to lower the gate? This thing sits low, so that shouldn't be an issue. Anyway, I'll make up those strike plates first, and we'll carry on. The problem with aluminum, it clogs up the wheel. You can clamp that down. Jigsaw would have been twice as fast, but I don't have any blades, so a jigsaw with no blades would take a really long time. Anyway, yeah, I'll finish cleaning these up around the corners, and then we'll drill some holes. Okay, so there's my striker plate. Little mark here. on. Okay. That should be pretty close. Okay. I just got to mark my holes and mount this. Do the two bottom ones first. That is not very good. I'm right into the edge. Okay. I'll come back a bit, that's all. Damn it. Come on. That should be good. Hey, I'll drill these holes, get that screwed in place. Show you what it looks like. All right, so one's in. I mean, they're not the prettiest thing in the world, but they are functional. They have a little lock on them as well. So, not bad. It'll work. And from the back, I mean, you don't really, you don't even see it. So, really, I think it's okay. People are going to put comments down below and crap all over me, but that's okay. I've got big shoulders, I can handle it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get the other one on. I think that's about all the time I've got anyway in this video. So, yeah, there you go. It looks like 3 wins in a row. Something's wrong. Alright, so there you go. A lot of guys don't like the idea of the barrel bolts. I'm one of the traditional chains. I hate the chains, sorry, it's just my opinion. They're always rattling around and squeaking and marking up the paint and everything else. This is pretty clean and functional, it works. And 10 times better than chains as far as I'm concerned. But that's my personal opinion. I'm sure guys will comment on it, but whatever. Yeah, I guess my my next step is to get this thing elevated so you can get underneath it, get the e-brake cable in, and go over a couple other little things underneath. So yeah, I'll work on that tomorrow, getting it up. I don't know if I can use the hoist or not. Right now, as it sits with it on the skates, the arms of the hoist are like that far from the bottom of the running board, and I got about that far to get to the frame rail yet. So I don't know. Blocks might be a little sketchy, but we'll see. If it doesn't work, well, it'll be old school off a creeper and put the whole thing up on stands, and that's it. So anyhow, if you like the content, please subscribe, like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't be shy and leave comments. And I enjoy the comments. I always read them, and I try and respond to all of them. If I do miss one, sorry. Get you in the next one. Yeah, that's about it, I guess. Oh, and if you so choose to support the channel, down just to the right of the share button below your screen, there's a little menu, circle with 3 dots in it. Click on that, go up to where it says thanks, and you can buy old Dan a coffee or a beer or whatever. And any support I get, I truly would appreciate it. Helps keep the camera rolling and the lights on and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.